The love between twin flames is unlike that expressed in regular relationships. It's not just emotional, it's spiritual, soul-shaking, and deeply transformative. The connection brings up all the feelings they have been hiding for years: fear, shame, guilt, abandonment, and unhealed trauma. Facing these uncomfortable feelings can be very difficult for both partners. But the beauty of this journey is that both partners can choose to come together and heal. When this pact of growth and spiritual evolution has been made, it can feel excruciating for the chaser to watch the runner go back to the very people who hurt them the most, their toxic family. It can feel like a betrayal, a step backward, or even a denial of everything you both had been working toward. You may be filled with questions if you are a chaser presently experiencing this. Why did they have to do this? Why go back after all the progress we made? After everything we've been through, why did they return to chaos, drama, and emotional pain instead of staying in the peace we created together? They may have promised that it was the last time. They may have told you they finally saw the truth and were ready to move forward. And after all the love, peace, and support you gave, it's natural to feel devastated when they still choose to return to a place filled with emotional damage. You may feel confused, rejected, abandoned, and heartbroken. But here's what's important to know. Don't let their actions break your spirit. They are not rejecting you. They are not ignoring the love you gave or the sacrifices you made. In truth, they are avoiding themselves. They are running from the reflection you offer. You reflect their light, but also the parts of them they haven't yet accepted or healed. And sometimes, that mirror is too powerful for them to face. Let's explore why your twin flame keeps running back to their toxic family and what it means. Toxic family environments are painful to be in, but despite the emotional damage, people still go back to them. Why? Because they are familiar. Your runner grew up in that energy. It may be dysfunctional, but it's what they know. Many runners were raised in homes where they were trained to suppress emotions, avoid conflict, and perform emotional labor to keep the peace. In such families, love is often conditional, boundaries are blurred or non-existent, and manipulation is disguised as concern. Over time, they adapted. They learned how to survive in that space by shutting down, shrinking themselves, and pleasing others. And when your love stirs up the emotions they buried for so long, they panic. It's not because you did something wrong. It's not because they don't love you. It's because the intensity of your love demands truth, presence, and healing. It calls them to face themselves. But facing that kind of love can feel terrifying. Even if their family is emotionally cold, controlling, or manipulative, that is the environment their nervous system has accepted as normal. So, in a moment of fear, they retreat, not because it's better, but because it's familiar. Healing isn't always a peaceful journey. Sometimes it feels like tearing off old skin. Growth requires effort. Awakening means death to old patterns, identities, and illusions. Some runners go back home because, deep down, they are scared of changing. They may crave your love deeply, but also fear what it demands from them. And while your love pushes them toward truth and evolution, their old life offers them a place to hide, a place where they are not expected to change. At home, they can go back to burying their feelings. They can pretend. They can fit into a role that doesn't ask much from them, emotionally or spiritually. Yes, they still love you. But their love for you triggers their deepest fears: fear of abandonment, fear of being unworthy, fear of intimacy, and even fear of being truly seen. So rather than stay and grow, they retreat to safety. It's not a conscious betrayal, it's a trauma response. It may sound counterintuitive, but sometimes a runner's return home is necessary. It is part of their spiritual awakening. Some runners want to stay committed to the union, but don't yet understand what that commitment entails. So they leave again. But this time, the departure serves a purpose. It gives them clarity. They may need to return home to see with new eyes. They need to feel the emptiness of that space. They need to remember how unhappy they were before meeting you. They need to recognize the difference between survival and authentic living. Only then can they make a real, empowered choice from a place of awareness, not habit. From a place of love, not fear. Just as you had your awakening, so must they have theirs. And sometimes, the only way to truly see the light is to walk through darkness one last time. What you can do. You don't need to pull them away from their family. You don't need to prove your worth or convince them to return. That's not your job. Your job is to keep healing. To love yourself fiercely. To trust the journey, even when it feels uncertain. Because the truth is, they are not running from you. They are running from themselves. From the parts of them that are still afraid, still wounded, and still unsure if they deserve real love. You are their mirror. And mirrors can be hard to look into, especially when you're still hiding from your reflection. So take heart. If they are meant for you, they will return, not out of fear or habit, but out of truth, readiness, and love. And when they do, they will be able to choose you from a place of awareness, not avoidance. Until then, choose yourself. Heal for you. Grow for you. You're not alone on this journey. The twin flame path is messy, beautiful, painful, and miraculous. Trust that every step, even the painful ones, is leading you and your twin towards something more whole, conscious, and divine. When your twin flame returns to a toxic family, it's not a sign that your love failed, it's a sign that their inner battle is still ongoing. The pain you feel is valid. But know that your love has already planted a seed in their soul, and even if you can't see it yet, it is growing. Stay grounded in your healing, and let the universe care for the rest.